Alright guys, I'm on my way to go get my mom from the airport, but I'm actually on my way to a hotel because she gets in at midnight and the airport's 2 hours away from my house. So she got us a room, and my biggest concern is that the beds are going to be too high. So I guess we'll find out when we get there. See? Room to get my chair out. Hash marks. So I'm at the hotel. I'm trying to not make it obvious that I'm talking to a camera. There's like a bunch of people walking in right now because obviously I'm parked right up front because I'm handicapped. And that's where the spots are, which is nice. But I'm not a real big people person. Been that way all my life actually. And it actually just got worse after I became handicapped because I get stared at a lot more. So I'm just waiting for everyone to kind of clear out and get inside, and then I'm gonna start venturing inside. And there's more people pulling in as I speak. Oh boy. I don't know why this hotel is so busy right now, but it was super quiet when I pulled in. I should have just got out right when I got here. Oh my lord. And then now I still have to figure out if I'm gonna even be able to get into the bed when I get up there. But I still have to get up there. So this is true anxiety, guys. Like, you know, everyone always says like, oh, I have anxiety when they're just really talking about life. But like for me, it's literally stuff like this because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get into the bed, if it's gonna be too high, if it can even be fixed, if it is. So I might have driven all the way down here for nothing. I don't know. We'll find out in a little bit. I'll wait for this last car to go in and then it'll go in. Hey guys, so I'm in the room and this is an accessible room, okay? This is a mobility accessible room. And the beds are way too high, way too high. I'm probably gonna have to see if maintenance can take the frames out for me. And then it'll be still too high, but at least low enough I can probably still get in it. And I will highlight that here in a second, but look at the shades. I gotta show you guys this, hold on. Are way up there, and there's no cord. Oh, you know what? They might be power. Let's see. I think I might have just figured it out, y'all. There it is. They are power. Ah! Look at that. Figured it out. They're power. So, well, that's cool. Alright, so crisis averted there. That was user error and my own rush to judgment. Just goes to show you shouldn't rush to judge. But the bed is definitely too high. So I am going to see if I can get into it and we'll figure it out from there. It is a pretty cramped-ish room. But I mean, there's room in between the beds for me to get in. And yeah, let's go take a look at the bathroom. So here is the accessible bathroom, which is huge. Lovely. Love this, actually. This is really wonderful. Look at that. Except, I'll show you something here in a second. Nice bars there for holding on to. Mobility accessible tub, which I won't be using because I'm only here for one night and my shoulder won't allow it. But this is a problem. I can't see myself. See, I can't see myself. Like, this is my eye level right here. So this is me trying to, you know, see what's going on makeup-wise, which I can't. I mean, I can, because I'm nice and tall. But what about someone in a wheelchair who's really short, right? They should tilt the top of the mirror out a little bit so that it slants down for people like myself. They do have a nice wheel under sink, so that is very much appreciated. I can get a little closer. I can see myself a little bit better. I look like crap. But this is nice, right? This nice wheel under sink. I love that. I love, love, love that. Major points for that, guys. Major points. But the mirror situation, it should be tilted out a little bit on the top so that someone in a wheelchair can see their face better. And yeah, I mean, the bathroom is really decent. Really, really decent. I love that they have the full-size Dove, which I'm allergic to, but that's okay, body products. That's awesome. In all fairness, there is a horrifyingly horrible full-size mirror out in the living area of the room, so that's a nice plus. But guys, this is a real issue, okay? Look at how far down my chair is compared to this bed. Now, in my less arthritic, stronger days, I could do this no problem. But now that I have severe arthritis in my shoulder and my hands, and I have to get up 2 and 3 and sometimes 4 times in the night, doing this while half asleep is not only dangerous and painful, but it's nearly impossible when you're that tired as well, and already weak because I'm paraplegic, technically. So there is a frame under here, and I'm gonna have to see if they can take the frame out. That will drop it down significantly because the frame legs are about this tall, which I guess is about 6-8 inches. So do better, come on. You put so much thought into the rest of the room being accessible, but they don't. Do you guys ever use like a person who's actually in a wheelchair to consult with? Because look at this. You know, I have an internet friend who's a quadriplegic who would not be able to get in this bed. Period. Something needs to be done about that. Let me just show you what I'm dealing with here, okay? Now, please remember that I am a little bit more mobile and capable than a lot of other wheelchair users. Like someone who's a quadriplegic or a full paraplegic with complete lack of movement in their legs would have a much more difficult time than I'm about to have. So just keep that in mind when you see how hard it is for me to get up here. And also try to imagine doing this several times at night when you have to get up to go to the bathroom, when you're tired and half asleep. Oh God. Oh man. Oh. I don't even know if I can get all the way in here. I don't know if I can swing my legs up without falling out. I don't think I can. I can't do it. I can't even get in the damn bed. I can get up here, but I can't get myself back far enough to swing my legs up without falling out of the bed because it's dipping down and it's pulling me out of the bed. Well, as it pulls my pants down too, I'm just gonna have to figure out how to get the frame out from underneath the bed. I spoke to the lady at the front desk, but she's the only one here. She's very, very sweet also. And of course I was very kind to her, and I told her it's obviously not her fault. She's like, I'm so sorry. I said, honey, it's not your fault. You didn't design the hotel. And I was very calm with her, and I was just explaining to her that I need the frame taken out from underneath this bed. And she said there's no maintenance, there's no housekeeping, she's the only one here. So she can't leave the front desk because people are still coming and going, which just makes sense, right? So it's just me for right now. I was hoping to be able to lay down until midnight when my mom gets in at the airport. But I don't know. I need to see if maybe I can get this frame out on my own, see what we can do. Now it kind of looks like these legs are just sitting on these these things, I don't know, but I'm gonna try it and see what could go wrong, right? Besides everything? No, they're attached. Okay. Well, I mean, that was a little bit lighter than I expected it to be. Should I see if I can just push the mattress off? So if I fall or, you know, something bad happens, when do you guys call 911? Even though this was pre-recorded. I'm kidding, of course. Let's see what we can do. That's a heavy mattress. Didn't feel that heavy when I lifted up the light, though. Oh, it's not so bad. You know what I'm going to try first before I try anything else and hurt myself even further than I'm already hurt? I'm going to try taking off all this padding on the top. See if maybe that will help. Oh, can't. I thought that maybe there was like a thick mattress pad on the top that was causing all that cushion and friction, making it harder for me to get in the bed. But it's the pillow top of the mattress. So, can you imagine if I found bed bugs in here? I would drive home tonight and get a refund. Life can be really frustrating sometimes. So I somehow managed to get my fat butt up here. It was a little bit easier off camera because I didn't care if my pants came down. And I wasn't quite as nervous because, you know, even though there isn't anybody watching me, there will be people watching me. It's a weird, like, I don't know, stage fright type thing. But this is how I look. I mean, I'm in it. I'm laying down, so I'm gonna rest for a while and figure out what to do because I can't do that 3 times during the night, 4 times during the night. Okay, you guys, so I was able to lay down there for a little while. It's 10:45, so I'm getting my shoes on and I'm gonna go pick my mom up at the airport because I don't want my tiny little 75-year-old mama taking a cab or anything like that. So, yeah. And then when we come back, I'm gonna see if maybe her and I can remove that frame from underneath the bed because there's no possible way I'll be able to get in and out of that bed all night. My arm is already so painful, I can hardly use it just from getting up in there twice. Having severe arthritis in your shoulder when your arms are the only viable limbs that you have is what I would constitute as torture, maybe, or close to torture, because I can never stop using it. And when it hurts really, really badly to the point that I almost can't use it, I still have no choice, so I just have to fight through the pain. So I really don't want to get it to that point where it's so bad that I absolutely can't use it while my mom is here on vacation to spend time with me, right? I mean, granted, she'll be there to like help me, but that's not her reasoning for coming to visit me. You know, it's my birthday in a few days. She's actually coming to spend my birthday with me. And of course she wouldn't mind. She would absolutely love taking care of me. That's just my mom. That's the way she's been, you know, my whole life. But I don't want that for her. I don't want that for me. I want us to be able to just spend time together. So I'm rambling on again, but I want to try to get that frame out from underneath that bed when my mom gets here. I don't know if I will film it because I don't know if my mom wants to be on film. She probably doesn't. She's not really into that kind of thing. But if we do manage to get it out, I will show you. Okay, even the coat hooks are down at my level. Guys, come on now. You got the mini fridge down here and the little nice counter with the microwave that's at a good level. But the beds are a mile high. Come on now. FYI, you're not supposed to drive with these in your vehicle. I mean, hanging from your mirror. It says right on there not to drive with them hanging on your mirror, and people do it all the time. It is infuriating. I literally just see people driving around with their handicap placards on their rearview mirrors. I think I see her plane coming in. I'm not sure if it's hers, but she was supposed to be a little bit early. Well, Mom and I got the bed. We got the frame out. I didn't record it, but we did it somehow. Us two old ladies, us two old broken ladies. So at least I'll be able to get in and out of the bed now. Good night, everybody. That is so awesome. Oh my God. As I was leaving, they had handicap accessible coffee machines. And my mom pointed it out to me and she said, "Look at that, honey." And I said, "Oh my goodness." You know, like the bed was too high, but the rest of the room had such wonderful amenities for handicap accessibility. The wheel under vanity and the lower peephole, and it even had lower coat rack hooks for your coats or your sweaters or whatever. And, you know, there were a lot of positives, and the host was wonderful. She was tried very hard, but the beds were just too high. And since posting about that, I have received comments from people who say that they've spoken with hotels before about this, and the hotels will say that they keep the beds high because other mobility aid users, like people with walkers and things like that, and the elderly, have trouble getting up out of a low bed. So that actually does make very much sense. But I just feel like in that case, then there should be at least one room in a hotel that specifically is wheelchair accessible for people, quadriplegics and paraplegics who cannot get up into a higher bed. And then the rest of them could be mobility accessible for other mobility aids. And despite that fact, my mom still had trouble getting up in those beds. They were so high in the particular room that we were in. So I guess we just keep talking about it, and we just keep pushing forward, and we just keep trying to continue to get more advancements in accessibility, because there is a large portion of the population that is disabled in this day and age. And it's nice to be able to go and travel and be independent and get a room and not have to struggle to remove the frame from under the bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you would subscribe, that would be wonderful. And I'll catch you in the next one.